Back again in Horizon to pick up the other quest that's over here. The Ghosts of Amdapor. This will give us another dungeon to play with. If you don't mind me saying, it seems to me you've been wanting for stimulation of late. Aye, the air of torpor about you is quite palpable. Adventurers are next to kin of explorers, my friend. Like us, you need regular doses of excitement, else you'll like to shrivel up and die. I would hate to see that happen to you, so I'll tell you of a place that will surely set your heart to racing. Amdapor Keep. It is a ruined fortress situated in the South Shroud, dating back to the 5th Astral Era. At the thought of delving into the past sins your loins afire, the keep will surely serve to quench it. The entrance is watched by a wood wailer named Maxine. Give her my name, and she'll tell you all you need to know. South Shroud. What's my nearest aetheryte for this one? Looks like it's gonna be Quarry Mill. Ah, you must be Maxine.
You had Nedric's recommendation? Then you must not be without skill. That said, it is my duty to warn you of the dangers that await. This fortress was built by the Amdapori, an ancient people who rose to power upon arcane knowledge. During the heyday of their civilization, they built magnificent structures such as this. Alas, that splendor has long faded into memory, and the keep has become a lair for the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult. Some of the cultists have even succeeded in summoning void scent, and we wood whalers welcome capable adventurers who would be willing to keep their numbers in check. That must be you.
That's right, that's me. Alright, back into the duty finder we go for a new dungeon, Amdapor Keep. Which surprisingly shows up after Wander's Palace in the list. Don't ask why, I don't know why either, but it's the same eye level, it's 45 to beat this one. Once the lost civilization of Amdapor thrived in the Twelveswood, her citizens wielders of powerful yet forbidden magics which could be used to alter the very fabric of existence. However, it is often the case with peoples who fancy themselves gods. The self-assuring hubris of the Amdapori eventually became their downfall, and as quickly as they rose to power, did they disappear from the world. For generations, this relic of their once mighty civilization has remained hidden in plain sight, cloaked by the elementals who sought only to prevent newer generations from stumbling upon the ancient Amdapori magics. That is, until the Lambs of Dalamud, a dark cult who worships the now fallen Lesser Moon as a god, dispelled the elementals' glamour by means unknown and claimed the keep as their own. Now the crazed followers use its ancient chambers to perform blood sacrifices in an effort to resurrect their evil god. Oh boy. Ooh, oh, this is an unpleasant looking place. Gothic is, oh, yeah, those are cultists. The robes say it all. Amdapor Keep. Place has definitely seen better days. I need some serious garden shears here. Oh boy, here we go. What are we looking at? Got a paladin tank, a machinist for our other DPS, and another white mage. This should be fun. Oh no you don't. You ain't getting to summon shit, dude. I ain't letting you. Yeah, if you see anybody summoning like that, wreck them in this dungeon. And if you're wondering why I'm going through the 3-part combos as opposed to doing the 2-part combo to get that send faster, well, Shifu here, I'll mouse over this just so you guys can see it. Shifu actually gives me basically an attack speed buff, whereas Jinpu increases my damage output. So you always want to make sure that these 2 buffs are up as much as possible. Even if that means not, you know what, screw this. Let's have some Tekagoken! Oh, right. I forgot where I put my AoE skills. Goodbye. Now, interestingly enough, the samurai does not seem to have positionals. Now, it's not something I've talked about because I haven't really done a melee class, but positionals basically give you bonus damage or bonus effects depending on if you're standing at an enemy's back or an enemy's sides, what the game calls flanks. And most melee classes seem to have that. For some reason, samurais don't. Or if they do, they're not available yet. So go figure there. Either way, we're gonna wreck this guy. That skill does such good damage. Oh, lost one. I haven't actually gotten to do melee that often. Oh, he's fat pulling. That is a fat pull, good sir. And personally, I'm fine with that. I'm pretty sure this tank and healer can keep up with that. No problem. What I do not appreciate is him not facing this thing the right way. That is a mistake, good sir. You always want to face the enemy away from the rest of the party. Trust me. Just do it and like it. Oh. All right, fine. We'll do some AoE in here. You know, I'm almost set to heap praise on a tank, but this tank needs to do his groupings a little better. That's definitely an issue. As a tank, your job is to make sure all the enemies are looking at you and as grouped up as possible. When you've got them all spread out like that, it just becomes a problem, guys. The enemies in here are not all that difficult. As you can see, we're kind of burning through them just fine. Surprisingly, I have more health than the machinist. He must be relatively fresh as well. I see you summoning shit. You don't get to summon shit, not on my watch. He's gonna get to summon shit. Oh no, we actually got him before he finished it. I'm surprised. I thought for sure he'd actually had that. Oh my god, the tank just popped his invulnerability skill. Wow. So I haven't gotten really a chance to talk about this because, you know, we haven't done a lot of level 50 content. But all tanks have a very powerful invulnerability skill that they all learn at level 50. They're all slightly different. For paladins, its skill, it basically says they take no damage for 7 seconds. Downside, it's got a 7-minute cooldown. Theirs is considered the strongest skill because they absolutely they take no damage whatsoever. The downside is it's got the longest cooldown of all the invuln skills. Now, a warrior basically roots himself and says his HP can't go below 1. The gunbreaker does something similar, although theirs also has a penalty, in which case I think it drops their HP in half when they use it. And then Dark Knights are really weird. They get a buff that says if they would go to 0, they instead stay at 1. However, they have to be full healed within 6 seconds or 10. I'm not sure what the buff duration is. They have to be fully healed within a short duration, or the buff will wear off and they'll die instantly. But enough random musings about tank and vuln skills. It's time for the first boss. And this guy's not it. Actually, I'm gonna dot this guy just because I can. No reason not to. However, at this point, I am not wasting any major skills on this guy because he's gonna basically die here. Oh no, he actually doesn't die. We still have to kill him. But the actual boss has just spawned up, the Psych Flare. This guy is obviously the real boss. And we are putting this guy in a bad place. Make sure this guy gets dotted up good. Get my free Madari in here, thanks to that triple attack. Now, you really should not be tanking this guy here in the middle. You actually want to get him out of the middle of the arena and over to the edge, but this tank is not the most competent, to be honest. This is why you don't want to fight him in the middle of the arena. You want to fight him over there, because god dang, you don't need to deal with that. Oh, I got fat. Someone get this off of me. I can't move with a damn. Seriously, get it off me. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. I can't move. You guys didn't frickin' get the fat off of me. Thank you, finally. I would dot him again. God dang it, again with this. Thankfully, you don't have to actually kill the ads, because as soon as the boss dies, all the ads disappear. But still, not the most competent group, unfortunately. Then again, I do see a lot of new beliefs in this group, so I'm not too surprised. Two of us are even not downsynced, including me and the machinist. Yeah, we're all fresh 50s. Thank you. Although I don't think that got most people. Oh, hello. All right, let's just burn this so actually I'm back in sequence. Drives me nuts being out of sequence like this. And Dunzo. I gotta say, Samurai is also a pretty cool, satisfying class to play. However, it lacks utility. And by utility, I mean it lacks things that help other classes. Like, yeah, the Red Mage has the ability to heal and raise others. This class is very selfish. It cares only about itself. And, well, it's not a bad thing, I suppose. All right, let's just blast these guys. You know, just because I can. There we go. Get that out of my system. Let's dot this guy, actually. Waste of a dot, to be honest. Don't waste your dots on small fry like I do. It's a waste of a skill. It's a waste of a combo setup. This guy's not gonna like this. No, he did not. Now, thankfully, those buffs from those second skills last a good long while. I think they're 40 and 60 seconds respectively. Yeah, 40 second. Nope, they're both 40 seconds. Okay. A lot of dudes in this room. Gonna get them all together for us? Gonna get them all together for us. Come on. Thank you. You know, 3 or more enemies, it's a good time to pop some AoEs. Single enemy, obviously, don't waste AoE skills on. I didn't really need that send, but I did want the second stage skill back. Oh, I saw that wildfire machinist. Oh, I love that skill. The EI Jutsu skills are so fun. It's kind of cool that they have an actual cast time. As a melee class, it's very unusual. Oh, he's got a lot of friends. And thankfully, using this doesn't interrupt weapon combos. See, combos normally have to be done in the exact order with no skills in between, but the EI Jutsu does not interrupt it, which is very handy. Oh. Hold up. There we go. I just wanted my buffs back. Yeah, I always want to keep my buffs up as much as possible. Might as well melt this Hound Light here. Goodbye! God, that does such good damage. And we can move on to the second boss, which is actually a pretty cool boss. The first boss was not that interesting. This one is kind of interesting. Now, first thing I'm gonna point out here, you can fall off the edge. Don't do that, it's an instant kill. Really don't do that. Hello. Those purple goo poles, that's basically his line AoEs. Don't stand in those. Other than that, he cannot really be tanked. He kind of shoots whoever the hell he wants. If you get hit by any of those goop things, you're gonna get heavied and slowed. It's really bad. And you wanna stay as centered on the boss as possible. And you'll see why here in a second. He's gonna, yep, there we go. See, he throws us all back, and I think somebody went flying off the edge. Yep, the machinist. The machinist went flying off the edge because he didn't center himself properly. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. I guess it's up to me then to melt this guy. Get to my frickin' Madari as fast as I can. Dude, don't worry about it. You cannot tank this guy. I should have probably used that skill to demonstrate a new ability. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's pushing us towards basically a puddle of black death over there. This should probably finish him off. Good night. But as a melee, I do have access to a really handy skill here. Now, where is it? It is arm's length. Create a barrier that nullifies most knockback and draw effects. So that skill that was knocking me back, I could use this technically to just ignore it. And believe me, in some later fights coming down the road, skills like that are going to be invaluable. All right, where's everybody? Come on, there we go. Everybody up. Let's move. Thank you. And look at that, we're on the upper floor of the areas we were just in. Now, it might look like this is kind of a confusing area, but there's really only one way you can go, so it's pretty easy to avoid getting lost. Not that difficult. And I'm not getting an insubstantial amount of XP, and I probably should have actually popped my orange juice at the very beginning of this, but I didn't, and it's too late now, so oh well. Again, you always want to keep those second skill buffs up as much as possible, because attack speed and attack damage boosts like that are very nice to have, and they're really good for your DPS. And since I am a DPS class, my DPS is very important. Uh-oh. Let's not stand in the cone AoE. Just as thought. And thank you for recharging my sens. Although my buffs are gonna fall off before we get to the next pack. Tank, you don't open with the frickin' provoke. That did a little damage, not too bad. Don't worry, we're getting close to the end. It's not much left of this dungeon. 2 or 3 more packs of trash and we'll be there. At least the rest of the group seems mostly competent, although this tank really needs to learn to not have enemies facing the rest of the group. Alright, I'm seriously, dude, it's a safety thing. And like I said, he also needs to work on his grouping here. No real problems there. This looks like, yep, the last set of enemies is this Paradula hands. Hey, come back. Oh, he wants to play with both of them. Okay. We can do that. I got no qualms here. Although again, he's got the damn enemy facing the wrong way. Ah, no sense for me. I get to go in senless for the final boss. Thank you for the achievement. Ooh. Oh, that's a big ugly thing there. Ooh. All right. Ananta Boga. So 2 things you want to know about this guy. 1, you don't want to stand directly behind him. It's very obvious with that big old cone right there. Stand at his sides as much as possible. It's much safer there, trust me. If you're the tank, obviously you don't have that option, so. The other thing is you'll see statues scattered around. There's 2 there, there's 2 more behind me. You're gonna need these for one of his attacks. I believe it's called Imminent Catastrophe. And he's probably gonna do it here shortly. But when he does this attack, you need to hide behind one of those statues from the boss, or you're gonna be in a world of hurt. There it is, Imminent Catastrophe. Hang on. I get 1 more weapon combo in? Yes, I can. So I'm gonna hide behind this, so I don't get bonked like the rest of the group did. Although it didn't do near as much damage as I thought it would. But every time he does that, one of the statues also breaks, and then we've got to clean it up. Which, you know, in all honesty, yeah, he's done. There we go. Goodbye. And there's your dot for good measure. Now, he's not going to make it to an LB2. He's really not. And I'm standing behind the boss. Well, I shouldn't be. I should be standing to his side. Can I even get to it? Can I get to an LB without after I finish this combo? Maybe. Yes, I can. Good night. Time for some braver, baby. Boom, baby. God, that does good damage. And yep, he's done. I haven't got an achievement out of it. Dead. Oh, I even got a challenge too. Very nice. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for now. I figured I'd give you guys a good taste of what both classes are gonna look like. I'll be bouncing back and forth between them until we get to Heaven's Word. Then it'll pretty much be Samurai all the way. So I'll probably do a little more red maging than Samuraiing during this post storyline stuff, just to let you guys see what it's like. But if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me on my quest to get started with the 2.1 quests, which will start in the next video. See you then.